what's up? Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights, and I do mean exciting. We are in the first match of the semifinals. Great match coming up today. We got Rule of Two, the number 2 seed, going up against the number 3 seed, Galac-Deez Nuts. Very excited for this match. This very much feels like, if you've ever seen Warrior, you know how like Joel Edgerton, like he's gonna eventually fight Tom Hardy, but first he's got to fight the big like dude that thinks he's gonna. This is like the match before the final, where it's like this could be the final. I'm excited to see these two teams go up against each other. Obviously, they've both found great success. Rule of Two and Galac-Deez Nuts both have challenged for the title already. Galac-Deez Nuts has the former singles champion on their team. I'm excited to see what happens. Hopefully you are too. Let's see what the teams have to say in the promos.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, good. I'm just glad we did this at a time where like you're awake, but I know you're going right to bed after this. So, you know, I always feel bad about that, man.
No, I just got off work, so I'm quite energetic still and feeling good. Yeah, been working hard on anything but movie trivia, so I feel awesome.
Yeah, I've been in the Halloween mood, so I've just been watching a bunch of scary movies. So, but hey, it's a great team we're playing.
Let's scare the crap out of these Star Wars nerds or whatever their name is called.
Yeah, definitely down for that, man.
I hate them.
Kaiser, I don't know if you know this, but I was actually an extra in the movie Warrior. No shit.
I never saw the movie, so I have no comment.
We're coming at it from 2 different angles. I don't believe any of this nonsense that's spewed about we didn't watch stuff for. I mean, I believe they didn't watch stuff for trivia, but I don't believe like they're not ready for this. Obviously, they are, and we're as ready as they are, I would say. So I think this is a good test of ability.
So yeah, no joke. Over the past 2 weeks, I've watched the Ocean Trilogy, I've watched the Pirates, the 5 movies, and I've watched the National Treasure movies. I watched Fandom movies, just not current Fandom movies.
2024, baby. We're ready.
Go well.
Let's fucking go.
We're back from those promos. Nuts rule. Let's get started. Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions around the Fandom Fights. Each team's going to have each individual player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we'll say pens down. I'm a little out of breath because I just ran to get an eraser for my board before the promos ended. 15 seconds to write down your answer. At the end of 15 seconds, I'll say pens down. At which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. Should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams, any questions as we begin round number 1?
Is your beard thicker?
That's what I was going to ask you guys, Nick, Robert. How long before, you know?
I just think you look good right now, buddy.
When you start getting scraggly ones that just won't comb down, that's when you start.
That's where I'm at. Okay.
There you go.
I get scraggly ones, but they're just patchy. So it's annoying.
I don't even get beards.
Round number 1. We're going to start here. Question number 1 is going to come in the category of DC. In the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Dorian Gray steals a piece of each member of the league in order to create duplicates. What does he take as the sample from Mina Harker? Mina? I think it's Mina. Tim is backstage. You may have noticed that the players arrived on screen without me touching anything. So I'm just going to let you know what his facial reactions are to the things I say. Mina? Looks like he said Mina. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Robert.
I said blood sample.
We'll go to Abel.
I've kind of forgot what you were talking about halfway through the question. Hair?
We'll go to Kaiser.
Blood.
And Antonio.
Blood from her lip.
Blood. Yep, that is correct. Except everything that, except for Abel's, of course, because blood and hair are different. Rule of 2 is going to start out 2-1 as we get to the second question, which comes in the category of Middle Earth. Who kills an Oliphant rider with a spear in The Return of the King? I spelled Oliphant like the actor.
Yeah. So I learned that it is said like elephant. So it is Oliphant, like fan or Oliphant. Yeah. So it's always been said wrong, apparently.
But one of the characters, 5, says it like that. 4.
That's basically how we say elephant in Dutch.
1. Pens down. Go to Abel.
Hey, Omer.
We'll go to Kaiser.
Ailman.
Antonio.
Wrong AO. It's an Ailman.
And Robert.
Aomer.
Aomir is correct. Rule extends the lead 4-2. As we get to the third question, which comes in the category of fandom quotes. Which sci-fi icon's film featuring the Predator features the quote, "I didn't think he was a vegetarian"? Tim, listening to some music, perhaps? Yeah, he's bopping along. When I'm at work, I can't watch trivia matches. I'm just kidding. I probably could.
I do that and I watch movies.
5, 4. I used to do that. 3, 2. When I delivered pizzas. 1. Pens down. That's a true story. We'll go to Kaiser.
I don't know. Is it Alien vs Predator?
We'll go to Antonio.
Always not one of those shitty movies, except Predator 2.
We'll go to Robert.
I said Predators.
And Abel.
I also said Predator 2.
Predator 2 is the correct answer.
Nice.
With that, there are no more perfect rounds. We have a tie game.
Good job, Tom.
4-4. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of Law and Order. Who plays the villain's love interest, Mei Lin, in Live Free or Die Hard?
I get why that's the quote now. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah, because the butcher shot.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't think he was a vegetarian.
stupid.
That was my logic, even though I forgot that movie.
Oh, God. Okay, that's why Tim's bopping, is Taylor Swift is playing, and there's children screaming.
Oh, God.
5,
There's a
4,
Chiefs game on.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Antonio.
Maggie Q.
We'll go to Robert.
Maggie Q.
We'll go to Abel.
I'm genuinely curious what the Q stands for.
From I am. We'll go to Kaiser.
Maggie Q.
Maggie Q is correct. Clean sweep, 6-6. We'll move to the next question, which comes in the category of Star Wars. Who shoots the Sarlacc with a blaster in Return of the Jedi? My lovely girlfriend went and saw Taylor Swift the Eras tour. She was like, "Do you want to hear about it?" And I said, "No, thank you."
Do you know she gets to keep all the money?
Sure did. Heard about that. Can't blame. I don't like her, but she's got a good monetary. She's making
She knows
bank.
her business.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Robert.
It's okay. I can see a lot better now on Solo.
Abel.
Nah, I went Luke.
Kaiser.
Han Solo.
And Antonio.
Robert took my damn quote, Han Solo.
All right.
Han Solo is correct. Rule regains the lead 8-7. As we move to the next question, which comes in the category of James Bond. What part of Safin's body does Bond injure before ultimately shooting him in their final fight in No Time to Die? But yeah, no, she sent me a Snapchat while she was in the movies, which apparently is allowed in this movie. You can have your phones out, whatever. I guess no one's going to be mad because the thing I would have been more concerned of is the Snapchat she sent me was a bunch of like 12 to 16-year-old girls in the front of the theater mosh pitting.
Oh.
And that would have made me ask for my money back at the film. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with... Boy, do I forget. So we'll say Abel.
Yeah. I said eyes.
We'll go to Kaiser.
I don't remember. Is it a leg?
We'll go to Antonio.
Yeah, maybe if it is leg. I said neck.
And Robert.
I also said leg.
All incorrect. We were looking for his arm.
Yeah.
Breaks his
Breaks
arm
his
so
arm.
that he
Yeah.
can't
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So everyone will miss there. It's 8-7 still as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of Star Trek. Who forms a friendship with a young boy named Arden in Star Trek Insurrection?
This is one of those movies I watched at work.
I also watched it at work one time when I was driving, and I would put a phone next to my steering wheel, and then I lost the title to you because of it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, that's exactly what happened.
That makes sense.
Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Kaiser.
Data.
Antonio.
Data.
Robert.
Data.
And Abel.
Data.
Data is correct. 10-9 as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of YA. In Twilight New Moon, what play is Edward and Bella's teacher playing in class when he calls out Edward for not paying attention? Actually, I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. There was no one yelling at me for being unsafe while driving. It was very unsafe. Don't get me wrong. Tim didn't love it. I like wheel, phone, and then I'd just be like,
wow. Oh my gosh, Nick.
It's like checking directions. Oh, Maggie didn't like it either. That's right.
You're right. I mean, I do fantasy stuff on the road, so I understand.
3, 2, 1. Pens. I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying what happened. Pens down. We'll go to Antonio.
It's kind of on the nose, but is it Romeo and Juliet?
Go to Robert.
Romeo and Juliet.
Go to Abel.
Nomeo and Juliet. No.
And Kaiser.
Romeo and Juliet.
On the nose, indeed, but that is correct. Romeo and Juliet is correct. It's 12-11. We'll move to the penultimate question, which comes in the category of Pixar. Which Pixar film features multiple characters jumping at the same time in order to open an automatic door? Was it Beautiful Jay? Was it actually Beautiful Jay? Or... Yeah. Okay. Nice.
If it was cursive, which I
appreciate good handwriting.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Robert.
Much like our last match, this is a game of twos. Toy Story 2.
We'll go to Abel.
Shit.
Toy Story 2.
Kaiser.
I thought it was Lightyear for some reason.
And Antonio.
Toy Story 2.
Good shit, buddy.
Toy Story 2 is correct. And with that, we have another tie game, 13-13.
Out of interest, what scene was that?
When they're trying to get into Toy Story.
They're going into all the Lightyear stuff. So that's
that was toy barn.
But 13 all, as we get to the final question, comes in the category of Disney animation. And your question is, who voices Chicken Little's friend Abby Mallard in Chicken Little?
There was a match recently that talked about this movie, and they asked for the name of the town. And I think Will said the exact same wrong answer that I did, what I thought of, which I thought was very strange.
I remember that. That was interesting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Abel.
Yeah, I couldn't get this wrong. My girl would be mad at me. Joan Cusack.
We'll go for the Kaiser.
Joan Cusack.
We'll go to Antonio.
I've seen this movie. Reese Witherspoon.
And Robert.
Joan Cusack.
Joan Cusack is correct. And with that, Rule of 2 takes their final lead of round 1, 15-14. 1 point game. Very close. Anything can happen as we get into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 is going to work. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each team will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece. Unless you'd like to check down the multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Tim, scroll down for me. Your categories on the wheel today are James Bond, Wizarding World, MCU, Horror Icons, Law & Order, DreamWorks, Disney Animation, and Sci-Fi Icons. That being said, Rule of 2, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
Come on out, Jake. Let's talk strategy. Oh shit. Okay.
Where's it?
What do you want to do,
Kaiser? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
We'll
go second.
Yeah, we'll go second.
Yeah.
Great. Galac-Deez nuts. This will be your first spin.
Right on.
Wheel of morality. Turn. Show us the lesson that we should learn.
I hang out with all of you. Well, it lands on horror icons. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
You say you're in a horror kind of mood, Antonio, but is this?
Yeah,
is
but
this
no, not these guys. Different ones.
fair enough. Let's try it again.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
right.
good. This is your second spin. You have to keep what it lands on this time.
You got it.
Wheel of Fish.
Lands on James Bond.
All right. Cool.
God, everyone keeps hitting James Bond.
Yeah.
James Bond is the new Star Wars. All right. Galac-Deez nuts. Are you prepared for your questions in the category of James Bond?
We still have all 3 repeats, right?
You do indeed.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
All right. Your first question. A Bond girl is killed via poison from an assassin who lets the poison run down a string into her mouth while she sleeps in which Bond film?
Oh, is that where he's in Japan?
Yeah, but what's the fucking name of that
Right.
one?
You Only Live Twice.
Yeah, right. I think so because he's trying to.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
That's what it
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
is. You Only Live Twice. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Mr. White in the Daniel Craig Bond films?
Oh, right.
I don't know what I'm multiple choice, but I don't know it offhand.
It's like Jesper Christensen.
The first part sounds right. I'm not sure about the second part.
Pretty sure.
I don't know.
4,
Go ahead, man.
3, 2.
Jesper Christensen. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good shit.
All right.
I was
Galac-Deez,
so
that's your-
proud of myself whether there was an I in there.
Right.
Your third question. In Moonraker, after jumping out of the plane, Jaws survives by landing on what specifically?
This is a movie I stopped like 20 minutes in, so I wouldn't be helpful.
Yeah, I mean he lands on like is it like a circus tent or like a trapeze net?
We could say circus tent. Because you're gonna hit the circus tent first before anything. But you want to use the rollable choice?
3.
Let's repeat it, please.
All right. That is Galac-Deez Nuts' first repeat. The question again. In Moonraker, after jumping out of the plane, Jaws survives by landing on what specifically?
It's like one of those safety nets.
Yeah, it would be the trapeze net then. Yeah, if you want to go for that.
I'm just gonna sort of explain it because I don't know how to say this.
Go ahead.
But like one of those safety nets that like circus acts use. Final answer.
That is incorrect. Rule of 2, chance for the 2-point steal.
Isn't it just the tent? It falls into
I
the
think
tent.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Just-
really remember, but I think it's a 10. Yeah.
It's a circus tent. It's a big tent. I think he just wants the circus tent. That's
Yeah.
what I want. Circus tent. Final answer.
That is correct for a 2-point steal.
Then I'm just gonna challenge because I think if he asks super specifically, then that's because I knew it was circus tent, but I think he falls in the net. So that's just someone I'm gonna say.
We'll be right back after this challenge. We are back from the challenge. Great challenge it was. He does fall onto a circus tent, but right before he falls onto the circus tent, we see inside the circus tent that there is a net there, but we're not like sure if he lands on the net. He definitely lands on the tent, but maybe the net. But since we don't really know, we just threw the question away. So Galac-Deez Nuts is going to get a new question. They get their repeat back. Rule of 2 does not get that steal, so I have the score at 18-15. And Galac-Deez Nuts, this will be your third question. Bond ultimately escapes the ambush and calls headquarters at the beginning of the Living Daylights on what type of transportation?
Okay, so this is Living Daylights when they're doing the Rock of Gibraltar thing, right?
Yeah.
And all the other like 007 agents get murdered. All the other MI6 agents.
Sounds familiar, yeah, but I can't think of a specific.
4, 3,
Multiple?
2.
Yeah, let's go multiple.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, train, B, boat, C, helicopter, or D, motorcycle?
I'm leaning towards motorcycle.
Yeah, either that or train for me, but I was thinking motorcycle too. Yeah.
Or boat. It's like it's Rock of Gibraltar. There's a lot of water there.
Oh yeah.
5.
Can we repeat the options, please?
Yep. Your options again are A, train, B, boat, C, helicopter, D, motorcycle.
So how does he escape at the beginning of Living Daylights? That's the question.
I didn't like that one. That's what I remember.
5, 4, 3,
Sure you got, man. Trust it.
1.
Let's go full repeat. One full repeat.
All right,
And then we'll go. And then
That
we'll go.
is Galac-Deez Nuts' first repeat.
Yeah.
Question again.
And then we'll go.
Bond ultimately escapes the ambush and calls headquarters at the beginning of the Living Daylights on what type of transportation?
See there, yeah, you're right. Boat makes sense. I don't think you can escape an ambush on a helicopter.
It's really not triggering me at all.
Oh, your options are A, train, B, boat, C, helicopter, D, motorcycle. Apologies.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's cool. Are you where's your head at?
My vibe was towards motorcycle.
5, 4.
Oh no, but then you made sense with boat.
2.
All right, let's go boat. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
I'm sorry. I fucked with him.
That's such a forgettable scene. Yeah.
It's a long journey.
Yes, my
All
bad.
right. Galac-Deez Nuts, your penultimate question in James Bond. What is the last name of the doctor who specifies in professional killing and was a personal mentor to Stamper in Tomorrow Never Dies?
Is it Kaufman? Dr. Kaufman?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, Kaufman. Like
Pronouncing that right?
yeah.
Kaufman.
Yes. Yeah. Kaufman or Kaufman. Yeah. Final answer.
Dr. Kaufman.
Kaufman. Final answer. Yeah.
I would have accepted either pronunciation.
Yeah, right. Making sure, man.
That's correct for 2 points. And Galac-Deez Nuts, your final question in James Bond. What country does the majority of On Her Majesty's Secret Service take place in?
Is that? I'm gonna feel dumb because I don't know.
Austria or Switzerland?
Switzerland, right? Yeah, yeah.
Is it Austria or Switzerland?
I say Switzerland.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay. Switzerland. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points and the sweep of James Bond.
Which part of the fucking Alps? Which part of the Alps? Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Galac-Deez Nuts gets
Shout out
this
to the
one at
cable
23. Rule of 2 at 15. Close there. As we bring back up the wheel.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
We might.
Rule of 2. This will be your first spin.
Cool. Defer. Third time. No.
Rule of 2.
No.
Huh.
Spin it again.
Well.
Can't take that. It's on Sci-Fi Icon.
What do you think?
I mean, there's like 2 categories on the wheel right now that I do not want.
Is this one
How
of
about
them?
you? No. The animated categories.
Oh, well, I'm gonna take that sucks because we're gonna get one now if we get opponents. No, it's fine. So, do you think we need to shoot because we're down 8, or do you think we should take this to allay the risk of what could come?
Can we see the rest of the wheel, please, Nick?
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
so,
I'm with you on what you just said.
So that aside from that, we have Wizarding World, MCU, horror icons, and
On Order,
and
animated. Yeah.
Is Sci-Fi Icons bad? So is Sci-Fi Icons like the 3rd worst category on this wheel for you right now, as it is pretty much for me?
No, I don't think so.
Because I'm okay with taking it.
I think we should take it. Personally,
All right, sure.
I want to remove the doubt of what could happen if we screw up. So I think we should take it.
Okay.
All right. Sci-Fi Icons. Oh, normally I take the wheel away, but I got confused. But thanks, Tim. Rule of 2. I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Sci-Fi Icons. Are you prepared?
Yeah, sure.
Your first question. Which Sci-Fi Icons film features a robot kissing another robot before deactivating it by stabbing it in the neck?
Terminator Dark Fate, isn't it? Wait, no, but then kissing another robot? No, that doesn't happen.
Is it Revenge of the Fallen?
Kissing?
Now, hold on. Never mind. Do we want to repeat or do we want to go to multiple?
We can repeat, yes.
All right, repeat, please.
All right, that is your first repeat. The question again. Which sci-fi icon's film features a robot kissing another robot before deactivating it by stabbing it in the neck?
Where in Dark Fate? Because I just watched.
When Grace is kissing the female lead, but then she's not a robot.
Yeah, so I don't think that's right. I think we should multiple it because it's a block. I'm not coming up with anything more.
Multiple choice, please.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Transformers: Age of Extinction, B, The Matrix Resurrections, C, Alien Covenant, or D, RoboCop 3?
Oh, does David kiss his clone before?
Yeah, is that what it is? That's
Kissing
probably
another
of
robot
those.
before.
Age of Extinction doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So
And-
let's go Covenant.
Yeah, I think we should go Alien Covenant.
All right.
4?
Alien Covenant, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
God, stupid fucking play with the holes. Why don't you?
All right, rule of 2, your second question, sci-fi icons. Who plays John Connor's right-hand man Barnes in Terminator Salvation?
Common, right?
Yeah, that's common.
Common, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. In Transformers: Dark of the Moon, which U.S. president authorizes a mission to the moon in order to investigate the crashed ship?
John F. Kennedy. Like
Yeah, it's Kennedy, right?
it's the moon landing, so yeah.
Well, the moon landing was technically after, but I think it was Kennedy.
Yeah.
Do you just wanna
John
shoot for it?
F.
You want to shoot for it?
John F. Kennedy, final answer.
That is correct for 2
Okay.
points.
Yeah. Technically, the moon landing was 69, and he died in 63. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just missing the,
Also, Transformers movies.
just missing the
Michael Bay timeline.
2319, but I guess 2320 sounds cool as
Sorry.
well. No, I'm kidding. Rule of 2, your penultimate question in sci-fi icons. RoboCop 2 opens with RoboCop killing criminals who just robbed what kind of store?
Gun store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a gun store, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Dead or alive, come with me.
And your final question. Who kills Cypher in The Matrix?
Tank.
Tank. Yes, Tank.
Yeah. What does he say? Like, whatever, you piece of dirt, you're
Yeah.
still gonna fry. Yeah, whatever he says. Tank, final answer.
And that is correct for 2 more points and the sweep of sci-fi icons. We're back to a 1-point game. Rule of 2 has taken the lead 24 to Galac-Deez Nuts 23. Very close game. Anything can happen as we get into round number 3. Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Once the teams hear the category, they can choose who will take the question. Then the other person will have to take question 2. They can reset for questions 3 and 4, and teams can confer on the 5th and final question. Once the teams hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they'll gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 3?
Nope, seems pretty clear.
All right, then the first category you can bet points on is Middle Earth. Let's get bets starting with Rule of 2. We'll be taking it for how much?
Me and 2.
And Galac-Deez Nuts.
I like when Kaiser jinxes his own team too.
All right. Your question in Middle Earth. What specific kind of creature kills Boromir in the Fellowship of the Ring? Oh. Tim wasn't here to say that it was his favorite, but he likes this category. So much so that he made me morph it into another one instead of getting rid of it.
Epic Adventures or whatever.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Kaiser.
有咁嘅 specific Urukai.
And Abel.
Urukai, I believe his name is Lurtz.
His name is Lurtz, and he is an Urukai. That is correct for 2 points apiece. A 1-point game, 26-25 as we get to the second category that Robert and Antonio will have to take. That category is DreamWorks Animation.
Shit, cocksuckers.
Let's get bets starting with Antonio
Uno.
and Robert.
Dear.
All right, your question in DreamWorks. And while I do appreciate the strategic thinking, I apologize for the following question.
Fuck.
What is the profession of Ruby's mother in Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken?
Shit.
She knows shit. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
See, Tim made the post for this to be eligible, and most people commented, "What is this?"
Right. I didn't remember that.
And then I watched it, and as far as like fine.
Crap. I'm sorry, Kaiser. I did read this
It's
like
fine.
a week ago, but I've
And
watched
the
like
answer is 5,
20 movies.
Sorry, Apple. I didn't see this.
2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Antonio
Teacher.
and Robert.
Said principal.
Real estate agent.
Both unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for a real estate agent.
It makes me want to watch the movie.
These nuts will lose 1 point. Rule of 2 will lose 2 points, which means we got a tie game, 24-24. Crazy stuff. As we get to the next category, teams can reset who takes this question. The question will come in the category of Star Wars. Let's get bet starting with rule of 2.
2. It's in the name.
Galac-Deez nuts.
2.
That's because there's 2 nuts. No,
Yeah.
That was good too. It's in the game. That was from something. Anyway.
that's EA.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, cool. All right. Guys, your question in the category of Star Wars is as follows. Which original trilogy Star Wars character is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson in the Clone Wars? So, based on conversations that you all didn't see, because if I told everyone here that there's going to be a DreamWorks question and a Star Wars question, guess which one the voice actor question is going to come from?
You really did okie doke us on this. I appreciate that, Nick.
I didn't do it on purpose. Sometimes it just, switch things up.
It's like when I called out that the last question would be quotes. It was quotes.
It was 5,
Fucking asshole.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
All right, that is Galac-Deez nuts. Second repeat. The question again. Which original trilogy Star Wars character is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson in the Clone Wars? It's true. That does happen from time to time. But I don't know what you all are thinking. I didn't know you all had picked up on, I write a lot of DreamWorks voice.
I just always assume the second question in round 3 is
Maybe.
is a
That is fair.
filmography question, I guess is what I'll say.
I gotcha.
Like the second questions in round 2 are mostly filmography questions. I'm really just unlocking the whole thing for everybody here. I'm
You
sorry.
absolutely are. 100%.
Sorry, man.
Soon I might have another writer, and I'll have to tell them all of my secrets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Robert
Jabba the Hutt.
and Antonio.
Kiss Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt is correct.
Holy shit.
What is the voice there?
Great poll. Yeah, there's a voice. Great poll. 26-26, tie game still as we get to the penultimate category that Abel and Kaiser will have to take.
Hey.
That category is horror icons. Let's get bets, starting with Abel.
That's good nuts.
And Kaiser.
2.
All right. Here's the sitch. Both players hit or miss will move on and still be tied. If one player hits while the other one misses, that team will be the winner. Your question in horror icons. Which horror icons film features a killer who wears a bag over their head for almost the entirety of the film? Spidey sensors are tingling. Let's see what happens. Tim is now in a car backstage, driving on his phone. Dangerous. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Abel
Friday the 13th, part 2.
and Kaiser.
Friday the 13th, part 2.
That is correct for 2 points apiece, and still a tie game, 28-28, going into the final question. Feels like it's been a while since we've done this, but going to the final question, that category is
Fandom codes.
YA. Let's get that starting with rule of 2.
I said it's in the name.
You did indeed. And Galac-Deez nuts.
Yeah, with copycats.
Which there are. All right. We will start with Galac-Deez nuts. Rule of 2 is elected to take question 2. So Galac-Deez nuts, I'll be giving you question 1. In the category of YA, are you prepared? Great. All right. Your question is, what is the name of either of Haymitch's friends who he introduces Katniss to following the tribute parade in the Hunger Games Catching Fire?
God damn it! I love that scene too.
So not both, just one of their names.
Just one.
Okay.
We have one repeat left too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the name of Haymitch's friends in Catching Fire?
Oh, man. I'm just trying to remember the guy that like kissed her out of nowhere. Drink all your liquor. I forgot his name.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat, please.
1. All right, that is Galac-Deez nuts' final repeat. The question again. What is the name of either of Haymitch's friends who he introduces Katniss to following the tribute parade in the Hunger Games Catching Fire?
Do you have any idea?
I'm digging. I'm really digging. But
if you'll say something, if I
like
figure
Cedar, is that one of them?
what's it called?
Cedar.
Yeah, that
4,
does true a little bit. I don't mind going
3,
for it, man. But
2.
Cedar. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 big points. The other one was Chaff and Cedar were the 2 names we were looking for. So Galac-Deez nuts is taking the lead. They're up to 30. Rule of 2 is at 28. They've bet 2. If they hit this, we'll go to sudden death. If they miss, Galac-Deez nuts will be the winner.
That's
the Twilight question. Wow.
Rule of 2. Your question in YA is as follows. What is the name of either of the 2 girls who recognize Oris from being in the maze with him in the Maze Runner The Scorch Trials?
Sonia or like Harriet, pick one. Sonia.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead, buddy.
Sonia, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. We're going to sudden death. All right, here's how sudden death is going to work. We are back to whiteboards, same as round 1. 15 seconds to write down your answer. Everyone's answering individually. If any team takes a lead over another team at any point, that will be the match. All right, gentlemen, your first question in the realm of sudden death is as follows. Which Bond girl is an NSA agent?
So tense.
Galac-Deez nuts does not have any. We're going to get answers in 5, 4, 3.
Repeat.
2. All right, that is rule of 2's second repeat. They have 1 remaining. The question again. Which Bond girl is an NSA agent?
All right. I switch this. We'll see if it works.
We will get answers here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Robert.
I said Jinx.
We'll go to Abel.
Yeah, Jinx.
Go to Kaiser.
Jinx Johnson.
And Antonio.
Put a source their fields.
And your winners, rule of 2.
Jesus.
Jinx Johnson was indeed the correct answer, capping off an absolutely fantastic match. Probably, definitely the best match of the tournament thus far, perhaps one of the best matches of the year. Crazy stuff there. I feel like we haven't gone to sudden death in a teams match in a very, very long time. I knew these 2 teams were very evenly matched coming into it. I didn't know they were that evenly matched till literally be even pretty much the whole time. Crazy stuff. Absolutely, both teams should be incredibly proud of their performance. We'll start by talking to the teams. We'll start with our unfortunate second place finisher. Galac-Deez, nuts. Nuts, you guys have had a great year. Overall, you've challenged for belts. You made it to the semifinals of the tournament. You've done some crazy stuff, and I know, Antonio, you might be down on yourself right now. Let me take you back like 2 or 3 years, my friend, when you and I were what was called a war zone team back in the day. We were in the very same situation, and I didn't get that Natalie Portman was in heat. So don't feel that bad. My slip-up was definitely worse. I've definitely been where you are now. I still think you all played great. I don't think we would have gotten to sudden death without you, Antonio. So the fact that you did is crazy. You guys have had a great year, like I said. How are you feeling about the match and your year overall?
I'll let Antonio speak.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, man. I just still feel horrible because I could have swore, especially with Michael Madsen, I could have swore I heard him say the word CIA. So that's why I was like, unless maybe he's referring to them in another, manner. But that's why I'm like, oh, and I almost was wondering if it was like an old ass James Bond movie, but that's just still gonna bite me because I know the movie well enough to know that, to have like an educated cast, but I just thought I could have sworn she was CIA.
Listen, bro, it's not about missing single questions. I think it's more about us, and our teamwork is just superb.
I know.
Okay? The way we trust each other in pools and round 3 is just amazing.
The fact that it's always
don't hang your head.
That I always want to get better at round 1, and that's a round 1 question. And it's something that I could always just, and that's something from a movie that I've seen multiple times. So that's always gonna just bite me.
Scored me in round 1 today, bro. So don't even worry about it. We
listen,
I love playing with this guy. So
yeah, exactly, Jinx. So that's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to next.
Did you do that on purpose?
No.
Guys, Galac-Deez nuts. It's the end of your year this year. Will we be seeing you back next year?
Obviously. And also, I would like to just say, on behalf of both of us and all of Fun DMC, it was awesome playing Robin and Kaiser in the semifinals, but I'm glad that they're making it to the finals, and they are going to wipe the floor with anyone who comes on their path because they are on a hot streak, and I would see it.
I second that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, congratulations on a great year, a great tournament performance. It's been a blast, and we'll see you next year for sure. As we bring in our winners today, Rule of 2, really earning it today for sure. Are your hearts still beating? How we doing?
They're beating, but that was more like my heart's full. That's such a nice thing for Abel to say. Abel's like, if you could chart trajectories for how people have gotten better, Brittany and him, it's like the same, how they astronomically improved. And I'm so proud of them as a team. He's right. They've like the best team chemistry I've seen. Better than anybody. I don't care, Duel with their championships, Wookiee with championships. I think Galac-Deez nuts is the best team chemistry. And I love that about them. I love them to death. They're my favorite people. Some of my favorite people in this. So that's that. Yes, my heart is racing because this match went to overtime, but I'm so full because that's such a nice thing. They're such great players. I'm so happy.
For sure. But yeah, guys, you won in sudden death. Crazy shit. You worked well together yourselves. You two have incredible team chemistry as well. Obviously, it's carried you to a title match before, and now it's carrying you to the tournament final. So needless to say, something's working here. How are you guys feeling about the match today, Kaiser?
What I would say is, even in the last question, it speaks to like the confidence I have in Antonio, that I thought he would hit the question, because I was like, I thought, because Antonio is a great player. Like he's not worse than either of us, I would say.
No, so, I just played him in a match where I had one less question right than him. That's the only reason I beat him.
Yeah, and also that Jabba pool was fucking awesome. Like I would say I had no idea. So Antonio he already produced so many great moments in this match and like beyond, and I'm sure he and Alba would definitely bounce back. That it's a matter of time, pretty much.
For sure. Well, guys, you won't need to bounce back. You're bouncing forward. Metaphor, I don't know. You're moving on to the finals of the tournament here. You will be playing one of two options. It'll be either the Cinderella story of the tournament, the number 13 seed Fleur can shit up. If they can make it all the way to the finals, you'll be the last stop on completing their Cinderella journey. In order for them to make it to the finals, they would have to beat the number 1 seed Wookiee mistake. Your old nemesis. I believe you are one of only 2 teams who have beaten Wookiee mistake that they have not beaten in return. If that is the match, I'm excited to see that rematch, but it could be Flerken. What are you guys' thoughts?
So rematch
He's
either
beaten
way.
these 2 chumps before, so yeah.
Yeah, rematch either way. I assume Rue won't be managing Flerken so that they give us a strength if we play them. But here's hoping. You can hope. No, I mean the expectation is that we'll probably play Wookiee. That's the expectation. That's fine. We played them very well. They played a little sloppily the last time, so I would expect them to be better. But I think we've just gotten better as time has gone on too. We took our lumps. We took the lumps in the championship game, which I finally watched last night. And I got over it. I'm over it now. It's good. And the lumps and the bad luck and stuff that we had in the Young Justice match. I think that being said, I think we've only really played one bad match, honestly. And I think that speaks to our record. So Wookiee's going to have their hands full. I've beaten Joe and David twice, and I beat David singularly. I know Joe's beat me like 18 other times, but you know what? I'm on a streak. This is the point.
You are indeed on a streak. Guys, I'm looking forward to it. I think this tournament final is going to be a crazy one, no matter who you're playing. So congratulations on making it there. Rookie season tournament final, not too shabby. So congratulations on the win. We'll see you in the tournament finals. Thank you to Galac-Deez Nuts. Thank you to Rule of 2. Thank you to Tim for editing this one and controlling the wheel behind the scenes while he was working and driving and doing other things he should have been doing. But that's okay. We'll see you next time. Tournament. The other semifinal comes out next week. Week after that's the tournament finals. We are wrapping things up here, so check out all the exciting matches, and we'll see you on another exciting episode of Fandom Fights.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end. Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.